Hello everyone, welcome to my video tutorial. This is Chris, and today I'm going to show you how you can create a beautiful slideshow presentation. So if you wanted to animate a picture or anything that you wanted to do to maybe a presentation, and this is the most easiest way to create. So here we go. So this application that I've been using, I started using this since 2015, and the application is still working up until now, even if sad to say that the company has closed back in 2020. So and I'm talking about the Photodex company. So the corporation has permanently closed, maybe because the competition is now really stiff. Like there is always Adobe Premiere, DaVinci, and any other like Filmora. There's a lot of application that is now an alternative for making a video presentation. But for me, if I wanted to animate a picture, I still need to use this because it's more easy to navigate. So I'm gonna open the ProShow Producer. I'm not sure if this is the last version they have because I have not checked this since the last 3 years, but I have this application, the installer, still in my computer, and I just installed it recently. And as you can see, when I open the application, it asks me to either create a blank show or show a template, wizard, or open existing project. But in my case, I'm gonna create like a blank slideshow, and it will ask you to name it. So I'm gonna name it sample. Here you can actually select whatever aspect ratio you can choose, but for most of the time, if you're uploading it on YouTube, you can choose the widescreen. Otherwise, you can click custom if you do have your own specific aspect ratio or screen resolution. And now I'm going to click create. And as you can see, this is now the user interface. The first thing that we need to do is actually import a picture. There's already a preset picture here that you can choose. You can actually use them. And in my situation, I do have my own picture. If you are wanting to use one of these pictures as a background, you can actually do that. But in my case, I will have to import my pictures, and that is in my picture here. As you can see, this one over here. And now for me to be able to animate each of this picture, I can actually click and drag it here so that I do have now my first slide. This is like a very old school style making video. Like if you remember Windows XP way back then, you just need to click and drag, and then you just need to click the transition. You can actually do this with video as well. So I'm gonna put the second picture here, I'm gonna put the third picture here, the fourth one, and then the picture. This is the most easiest animation that I will be doing. What you need to do is to actually take a look on the animation time when the picture comes out of the screen, and when it fades out. So as you can see, if you look at this portion over here, there is like a 3 seconds when the images start flashing on the screen. You can actually increase that by, let's say, 5 seconds to have like a more cinematic, longer exposure of the picture. You can actually do same goes with the other as well. If you want, you can simply click and then hold your control key, click and click and click, and just change it to 5, and then hit enter. All of them will also change to 5 seconds. Next is we're gonna add an effect, okay, how it animates. So what you're gonna need to do is to actually right click and choose slide option, or in my case, I simply double click it, and then it will automatically open up dialog box. Now, because this is the first time I run this application, it actually loads up all the styles. That will only gonna show once, okay, once you launch the app for the first time. Now here, under the slide style, you can actually choose, here, whatever style you wanted to do, like that. See, you can do that. And this one over here. So there are many options you can choose from over here. So as you can see here, there are a total of 458 styles that you can choose from to animate this photo over here. Let's say, for example, I love that cinematic style effect of this image, and I can just simply click apply and then click OK. And once it's done applying, you'll see here it automatically creates a layer. That's just to actually, you know, create this kind of look. So it's gonna do the work for you. And then I'm gonna click OK to done editing. If you're going to preview that, you see that it's now animating the way you want it to. Okay. Now, because we are on the second picture, as you can see, I can also even like drag this over this time, whatever is this. We are now on the second picture, so we have to select that and then double click. And then now we're going to create or select a different style. Again, it's really up to you what style you prefer. This one over here, this is like the white version of the background, and the other one is like a black, you know, effect. So this is like the white version. So I think I'm happy with that, so I'm going to click apply and then click OK. So now I do have here two images that is, you know, animating. Now the thing is, if you wanted to change the transition from one picture to another, this one over here, this AB, you can actually click that and change the animation of the transition. Okay, now again, this loading page or this box is now showing because I'm just running the application for the first time. It will only show once. Okay, after you've created another project in the future, this will never show again. Okay, now it's showing, so you can see you do have a lot of category here you can choose from. You can choose all if you want. You can even hover your mouse over here and click it, and you can see here the preview of how it looks like. Or even this one here for birthday balloons. Look at that, this effect over here. Or maybe this, you know, swipe. Isn't that amazing? Or blur sample. Let's say I'd like to choose this one over here. Okay, and then click apply. So what will happen now, I'm going to like click and drag it. Look at that. The animation is now changing from a basic like fade out and fade in into this kind of like boxes, switching to another picture. You can even change the duration by clicking this 3 over here and change it to, you know, how much faster the transition from one picture to another. But the default is 3, which is good. If you wanted to have it longer than that, we can change it to 5. And if I'm going to preview that, you can see it's a lot slower. But 3 is just fine. But for the sake of this tutorial, 5, I'm gonna leave it 5. Now, if you wanted to change all the transition to just one over here, you can even like hold down your control key and highlight all of it and then change it to 5 and then hit enter. All of it will also change to 5. And then if I'm going to change it to, let's say this one, click apply, this will also change the effect of the other. Look at that. We have not yet set the animation for the remaining 3, so we can like double click and then let's apply animation. Let's say this one. That looks okay for me. I can click apply style. If you don't want to go back to the main page, and you can just simply click this next over here to actually jump into the next picture or next slide, and then you can just simply, you know, apply another, this one over here. So that's like a 3D looking type of animation. So I'm gonna go ahead and click OK with that. And I'm gonna go next, and then we're gonna have this last picture. I'm gonna look for a different one over here. Let's say this one, the zoom out. And then I'm gonna click apply, click OK, and then click OK. Now we are done creating a very basic animation. Now we can go ahead and click play. So as you can see, it really, you know, still work up to this date, this kind of presentation, especially if you are making like a wedding picture presentation. This is a really fantastic application that you can choose. Okay, now remember that this will also it's also going to work with video as well if you're wanting to add the video. So that's why I cannot just, you know, left this application, because this is still really a good option and very easy to use. That's it for now, and thank you so much for watching. The next video will be how to add audio, and then how to edit them, and then also how to extract or render the video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.